Hello, it's story time with Ryan and Timothy again. Welcome back. Kind of story time where the internal adult monologue is not internal. Ready?
Yes.
So we're going to read a bit of the Frog and Toad stories. This part's called The Letter, written by Arnold Lobel and originally published in 1970. Not that you care. Toad was sitting on his front porch. Frog came along and said, "What is the matter, Toad? You're looking sad." "Yes," said Toad, "this is my sad time of day." At least his days have consistency to them. That's always nice. "It is the time when I wait for the mail to come. It always makes me very unhappy." "Why is that?" asked Frog. "Because I never get any mail," said Toad. "Not ever?" asked Frog. "No, never," said Toad. "No one has ever sent me a letter. Every day my mailbox is empty. That is why waiting for the mail is a sad time for me." Frog and Toad sat on the porch feeling sad together. I would think perhaps Toad could have found something else to do with his time, but
Just play a board game.
just play a board game. Then Frog said, "I have to go home now, Toad. There's something I must do." Frog hurried home. He found a pencil and a piece of paper. He wrote on the paper. He put the paper in an envelope, and on the envelope he wrote, "A letter for Toad." Well, that's nice. He's trying to make his friend feel better. His silly friend, who evidently is not the creative sort because he can't think of anything else to do with his time than sit there and fret. Frog ran out of his house. He saw a snail that he knew. That so often happens to me on the way to the mailbox. "Snail," said Frog, "please take this letter to Toad's house and put it in the mailbox." Okay, like 30 years early, this guy got the snail mail joke. Never mind. "Sure," said the snail, "right away." Then Frog ran back to Toad's house. Toad was in bed taking a nap. "Toad," said Frog, "I think you should get up and wait for the mail some more." "No," said Toad, "I'm tired of waiting for the mail." He had just gone to bed to be depressed. Frog looked out the window at Toad's mailbox. The snail was not there yet. Well, that's stunning. "Toad," said Frog, "you never know when someone may send you a letter." No, said Toad, "I do not think anyone will ever send me a letter." Which doesn't explain why he was just waiting for one the day before. The Frog looked out the window. Snail was not there yet. "But Toad," said Frog, "someone may send you a letter today." "Don't be silly," said Toad, kind of having come to his senses, though he's being set up, but in a good way. "No one has ever sent me a letter before, and no one will send me a letter today." Frog looked out the window. The snail was still not there. I just can't believe that. "Frog, why do you keep looking out of the window?" asked Toad. "Because now I am waiting for the mail," said Frog. Now it's contagious. "But there will not be any," said Toad. "Oh, yes, there will," said Frog, "because I have sent you a letter." Frog is not the person to tell a secret to, I'm thinking. "You have?" said Toad. "What did you write in there?" Frog said, "I wrote, 'Dear Toad, I am glad you are my best friend. Your best friend, Frog.'" "Oh," said Toad, "that makes a very good letter." Then Frog and Toad went out onto the front porch to wait for the mail. These are a sweet couple guys, but neither one of them makes a lick of sense.
But the snail's going slow.
Well, they sat there, feeling happy together. See, that's nice. Frog and Toad waited a long time. Yeah. 4 days later, the snail got to Toad's house and gave him the letter from Frog. Toad was very pleased to have it, but no doubt he was very hungry by then because the story doesn't mention that they ever did anything but sit there and on the porch and wait for 4 days. So perhaps they read the letter over lunch. Well, that's a sweet if silly story. Did you like it? Good stuff. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. That's it for this time.
Bye.